Over the past year, several Asia-Pacific governments have inched further along very different paths on vaping, heated tobacco, and tobacco harm reduction. From New Zealand's harm reduction-focused model to Indonesia's new 21-plus age limit and India's continued prohibition, the region is quietly stress testing almost every regulatory option available.
And for those addicted to vapes, we will provide supervision and rehabilitation to help them quit.
Many of the calls for prohibition are coming from the proliferation of etomidate-laced vapes, also known as K-pods or zombie vapes. These have moved from a fringe phenomenon to a recognized synthetic drug threat. Many affected jurisdictions, Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, already restrict or ban nicotine vapes, which means etomidate-laced vapes typically violate both tobacco and vape law as well as drug law simultaneously.
Unfortunately, ang findings ngayon, yung mga oils or chemicals that they put in to put flavor, para maganda amoy niya, para maganda lasa niya, ay nag-harm sa lungs.
In the Philippines earlier this year, the Department of Trade and Industry consulted on draft rules to ban open system devices and e-liquids, citing safety risks and concerns about adulterants.
The Philippine Health Department is floating a total ban on vaping in the country, citing the increased use among minors.
Filipino authorities sounding the alarm over what they call a silent pandemic of e-cigarette and vape use among Filipino youth.
Regional FCTC-aligned advocates are now urging the Philippines to follow neighboring countries in moving towards much tighter restrictions or bans, adding pressure on policymakers who must reconcile harm reduction arguments with youth uptake and enforcement realities. Malaysia's Control of Smoking Products for Public Health Act 2024 brought e-cigarettes and vapes into a comprehensive regulatory regime, with age limits, packaging rules, and restrictions on advertising and online sales. On paper, this looks like a classic regulated consumer market model.
It's no longer if we ban, but when we will ban. The way forward is to actually ban vape.
Politically, however, the direction of travel is different. Some regions have already banned vapes, and the Malaysian health minister has stated that the government aims for a total ban on vapes by mid-2026, with cabinet reportedly agreeing in principle to move towards prohibition.
It's not if we ban, but when we ban.
In neighboring Indonesia, they have taken a different route, choosing to keep e-cigarettes legal while tightening the screws on product standards, youth access, and retail practices. A recent health regulation extends cigarette-style controls to e-cigarettes, including stricter licensing, nicotine testing, submission of laboratory results to the Food and Drug Authority, and limits on nicotine and tar. The rules also raised the minimum age for purchasing tobacco products and e-cigarettes to 21. They ban the sale of single sticks with limited exceptions, restrict placement of products in stores, prohibit sales near schools and children's areas, and ban commercial sales via websites, apps, and social media. The current situation in both the Philippines and in Malaysia illustrates a familiar pattern: ambitious legal texts, constrained enforcement, and an emerging political consensus that prohibition may be simpler than sustained, nuanced regulation. Viewed together, these developments sketch out two broad models that are operating in the Asia-Pacific region. Prohibition. India and Thailand maintain comprehensive bans on e-cigarettes and heated tobacco, aiming to prevent new nicotine markets at the cost of any formal harm reduction pathway. High regulation legal access. Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and New Zealand allow at least some forms of vaping or heated tobacco, but with rapidly tightening controls on product standards, youth access, and marketing, and very different levels of explicit harm reduction framing. For policymakers, the central challenge is not simply choosing between ban and regulate, but reconciling three competing imperatives: protecting youth, reducing adult smoking in the shortest possible time, and ensuring that regulatory design does not unintentionally grow an unregulated illicit market.